So today I want to talk about persons who work in a medical industry. Well, I have known a lot of people who work in the medical industrial workforce. However, to describe a person, which means I have to have a really close bond to them. So in order to that, I'm going to talk about my uncle, who I think have the closest rel- connections to me compared to other persons. So instead of being a doctor and check on the patients like most doctors, his duty is not working on the patients. Instead, he usually work on an operations. Well, his job is to make sure that he use an enough amount of anesthetics on the patients in order to let the patients in the in unconscious in unconscious state before a surgery. Well, and also after surgery, he also have to check again and record the reactions of the patient in order to uh, make sure that the patients react totally fine to the amount of anesthetics that they had tech they had taken. Well, that is a little bit different about the job of him compared to other people. Well, uh, first time that I have heard about the job, I was kind of confused because I haven't heard about this type of job. However, after a little bit explanations from my uncle, I finally realized how important of this job is because if there are a little bit mistake about during an operation, everything could turn really terrible. It could cost life. So uh, his job is actually play such an important role in an operation. Well, part three. Why do some people want to be a doctor? Well, being a doctor bring two benefits that I think is a major one. First thing first, about money, salaries. Today, doctors is kind of competitive, especially when AI are rising. But being a doctor usually or earn a lot of money, especially if you work in a private hospital. Your salaries at least would be more over than an average salaries of people living in a city center. Secondly, it's about reputations. Looking at the doctors can actually earn a lot of reputation, especially if you finish one of the hard cases and help the patient of yours survive. Well, second question: do you think it is difficult to become a doctor? Uh, Obviously yes, but because my goal was not become a doctor, so I'm not sure about how hard to become a doctor. However, I believe that in order to get a doctorate university degrees, you have to learn about at least 6 years, learning a lot of major field from biology to human body construction. But after getting a university degrees is not enough for you to actually become a proper doctor and start work on patients. You have actually spend some more years working as a newbie, like a beginner in this industry before you actually work on one cases on your own. Do you think studying biology at school makes students healthier? Well, from my perspective, it is not because learning from school is all actually type of uh, unpractical thing like theory. So in order to help the student healthier, you have to make some practical actions like food or let students do more exercise. And instead, learning in school, biology is usually not really you talk the about the health. Therefore, it is hard to say that these subjects would help students become healthier.